Okay, episode 13, Choice Nugs only. I'm not going to take that much time doing all this stuff. We do it every week. But just if you're liking the show, make sure you get on, follow us on Instagram, Choice Nugs only, Twitter, at Choice Nugs only, Facebook. Check out the Facebook group we just made. We also have the Hotbox hotline, which is live. That's 702-907-TOKE. So you can call us up and leave voicemails there. We've actually got our first one for you this week, so stay tuned to check that out. If you've been liking the show, make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review, and tell your friends about us. And each week, make sure that you're hanging out with us and smoking out with us, and also make sure that you're sharing everything, on social media. It helps us out a lot. And this week, we've got a great episode for you, so get ready and tune in, smoke out.
Get it going. Choice Nugs only. Episode 12.
13,
brother.
But
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, you can sell us short a little bit if you want to, but 13, lucky number 13, man.
13, back for another week. It's Carson and Perry.
I'm Perry, I think.
I think. You think, I think.
Maybe. Depending on the day. Today I identify as Perry.
Tomorrow, right?
Who knows?
Tomorrow you could be an Apache attack helicopter. If anybody says otherwise, fuck, dude, they better look out.
Another week, another episode. Fucking Hotbox hotline's up and running,
dude.
We've got our first voicemail in, so we're gonna get to that.
Nah, not only is it up and running, we have received a voicemail.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
A very aggressive voicemail. That we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little Shyamalan twist at the end, so we'll save that voicemail for later. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, weeks go flying by. I feel like every week it's just like we just did this.
I know, right? Like you'll text me about the podcast, and I'm like, "Fuck, is it time again?" Okay, here we go.
It would be nice if we could just do like a bunch of them. I don't know what the fuck I just did with my face, but if we just did a bunch of them in a row, but it just it wouldn't work because then it just wouldn't be current.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I feel like
it's fun to do. I like actually doing this. Is my favorite part of the week.
Like if either one of us goes on vacation for a while, we might pre-record a couple.
Yeah,
if we're gonna miss a day.
No, we can do remote, bro. I figured it out.
Shit.
Yeah, I figured it out. It took me forever. I've been working on trying to figure that shit out just because it's hard to get the sound quality, but I think I finally figured it out. So we can we can fucking do it from wherever.
Discord and shit.
I shouldn't have told you that. You'll never come to my fucking house again.
Like that drive to Shelton, burn all that gas. Fuck that.
It's such a shitty drive. They're closing that road. So you have to go.
I heard about that.
There's one. I know most people don't know this road, but there's one road to the way that I get to work, and it's fucking closed. So it means I've got to go all the way around and come from the other side, which fucking sucks.
So instead of an hour and a half drive, it's what, like 2 hours?
Yeah, it's like a 2 hour ride.
Fuck that.
2 days next week, but I think I'm just gonna take it out of my hourly work. Just leave early.
There you
go. Just kidding. Allegedly. I was just bumping fucking Blanco Brown. Have you ever heard of this dude?
Blanco Brown. So what? White brown?
I think that's what it means. Yeah, he's a black dude, but he does. I'm assuming he came to be because of that Lil Nas X dude.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that country hip hop, but it's like I like it. Mm-hmm. Like how there's like Colt 45, and it's just like white guys trying to rap over country beats.
I thought you meant the song, like the Afro Man song.
No, this guy's name is Blanco Brown.
No, but when you said Colt 45.
Oh, no,
like,
there's a dude named Colt 45. He's like a country singer, but he does like rap country.
It's kind of like when what am I trying to think of? Like Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit. Like when Limp Bizkit came to be and they were like rap metal, but it's like rap country.
Kinda, but it's even, but yeah. So that now these guys, so Lil Nas X had that song Old Town Road or whatever. So like I feel like since he came out, now there's more people with that style of music.
Yeah.
So that's what this dude is Blanco Brown has this new album that just came out, and it's pretty fucking dope.
I figured people were gonna try and ride that wave.
Because I used to listen to country, and now it's just like it doesn't change ever. But leave it to black people. Come in, swoop in, fix that shit up.
See,
so go on. I appreciate it.
I'm the opposite. When I was younger, like in high school, I didn't really fuck with country. I was like, oh, all music except for country is good. I'll listen to anything but that. But as I've gotten older, I've listened to more of it.
When I was single, I would go to a lot of country shows just because there was a lot of hot girls at them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I tricked myself into liking it, I think.
Did it all for the women?
Yeah, now it's like I'm married. I'm like, I have no desire to go to a country show. But I'll go to Blanco Brown and Lil Nas X all day.
So you fuck with Lil Nas X?
I do. I actually like Lil Nas X. I mean, the boy, he like created a genre.
Yeah.
Essentially. So I fuck with it. Anytime you lead the charge on something innovative and you bring me new music, I'm going to respect it and be about it. So
fuck yeah.
And he came out of the closet too, so LBGDDQT, you know?
LGBT.
Gotta get it all in.
ABC.
Shout
LMNOP.
So actually, I don't often talk about my job. I don't ever like really want to talk about my job, but every once in a while something will happen that I'll talk about because it's vague enough to where I can talk about it without bringing up any names or name of my company. So people probably gathered. I sell phones. So this guy comes in. I'm gonna tell you this story real quick because it was so ridiculous, and it kind of leads into what I was talking about with somebody else about entitlement. And so this guy comes in with his girlfriend or whatever, and he's not on the account. She is. So we're talking about doing something, getting her tablet or whatever. And we go over all the pricing. We're talking about it. And he keeps saying stuff, like little stuff in her ear, chirping. I can hear him talking shit about me and like, the process.
But it's like really under his breath. Like he thinks you can't hear him.
Yeah. Like
okay.
I don't think he was just doing it to be like half that I couldn't hear him, but just chirping and just being distractive overall. So I'm trying to do my job and pay attention and all this shit. And he's just talking about how, we can't do this, we can't do that, being negative, all stuff. So we get to a part where I just can't, I'm like, I can't let this guy keep chirping me. Like, you know how I am at work. I'm not going to let anybody talk shit to me. I'm like,
right. Like you're trying to make this fucking sale.
Right.
And you're not going to let this guy disrespect you like that.
Right. Exactly. You're going to sit down at my desk, take up my time. Like you're on my time as well.
Yeah.
So he's still talking shit. So I finally am like, sir, are you even on this account? Are you even authorized on this account? Because your name's not on here. If you're not on this account, then this has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. And when you're chirping and chiming in with negative things, it's distracting and it doesn't allow me to do my job. So I need you to stop.
Right. Kept it professional, but you told him like, hey, knock it the fuck off.
Right. So he gets quiet. We continue on. We're doing everything. Get to the end, and his girlfriend asks, "Oh, honey, does this look okay?" "Oh, I just pay the bill. You don't want my input. I just pay the bill." So acting like a fucking child, and I'm just like, God. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. You pay the bill, but you're not authorized on here. If you're gonna just continue to put negative input, it's distracting. It's not helpful, and you can leave. Straight up. And so he starts calling me a fucking asshole.
Oh.
I've been called an asshole before. I mean, it fucking happens.
Right.
And so,
but it escalated.
So it escalates. He's calling me a fucking asshole, and I'm calmly talking to his girlfriend. And she's, apologizing for him, and it's clear that he does this everywhere. So he's just still talking shit. You're a fucking asshole. You're an asshole. Still won't leave, mocking me. I go to point to the door. I'm like, go. I'm like, I'm going to call the cops. I don't want to have to call the cops, but do it. Like, I'm going to do it if you don't leave.
Right.
So calm him down. We do whatever. She's like, I'm just going to leave. I'll take him. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just going to take him and go. So she's finishing up, and I say, okay, ma'am, just so you know, and I was being 100% serious. She thought I was joking. But I was like, when you come back in here, do not bring him in this store. He's not welcome in this store. And he fucking flipped out. Like, manager, I need a manager. It's this dude, like a 67-year-old man, screaming for a manager. This dude was in his 60s.
I was picturing like a younger couple.
No.
Like nope. Maybe like, mid to late 20s or something. Nope.
This dude looked like Santa Claus screaming for a manager at the top of his lungs. And of course our manager was there. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I've still am not done anything wrong. I'm talking calmly to his girlfriend still at this point. She's apologizing. So he brings him back over to me. He brings this guy back over to me, and he's still talking shit. So I'm like, you know what? I said to my boss, I'm just like, if you're gonna let this guy talk shit to me, I'm out. I got up and I walked the fuck
And you
out.
just bounced.
Yeah, and the guy's still talking shit as I'm walking out the door. I'm just like, if I didn't need this job, like, you don't know if I need this job that bad or not.
Yeah.
And I'm walking to the parking lot. Like, that's the last place you want me to be as you're talking shit. Like, so that was just, and I was talking about somebody about entitlement and how people are just super entitled, and how the boomers tend to be like, oh, the fucking millennials are entitled and shit, and then get people like that are just, you need to help me now, and for no reason other than I want you to.
It's like, yeah, you know, I'll bullshit on the podcast and call you a boomer and shit, because that's like the whole meme right now, you know, 30-year-old boomer, this and that. But no, like,
I didn't know that was a meme.
Legitimate ass baby boomers, some of the most entitled people I've ever fucking met. Because you and I used to work the same job, and when I was there, they were my least favorite people.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
So millennials, they have less to worry about as far as that stuff goes, I think, because that's fucking. So I do have a choice nug of wisdom. I know choice nugs we've opened it up to me in a lot of different things. And I wanted to say this before I forgot, because I'm trying to help people gain and keep relationships, you know? So
playing the love guru, are you?
Yeah, and so since my marriage is, you know, a picture of how to do things right.
Staying humble as well.
Yeah, that's part of the marriage thing too, if you're gonna make it work. But so this is my choice nug, and I this is true. All this stuff comes from stuff that I do with my wife. So I told her that my belly button itches. So what do you think? What do you think I told her it means something. So I'm like, oh, my belly button itches. It means, what do you think that I told her it would mean? Because we'll see how well you are versed in the areas of love. So you're married.
Wait a second.
You've been with this person for a while.
Okay.
You make a statement that starts with, oh, my belly button itches. That means.
Like just saying that out of nowhere. What it really means is blank.
It doesn't mean anything. It just, what would you assume would finish the sentence? My belly button itches. It means.
I have no idea where you're trying to get me to go with that.
So I said to her, babe, my belly button itches. It means I'm gonna be getting horny soon. So you kind of give her a pre-warning to like get ready that there's some shit about to go down.
I see.
When you're married, you got to drop the little hints, keep it fresh. So that's why I didn't know if you would.
You can't be so forward about it. You got to have your code.
Like, hey, babe, you know, my belly button itches. And then from then on, she'll be like, oh, I know.
Just like, oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. My belly button just itched, and I was feeling like being a fucking weirdo. That's really how it went.
Don't you pull that shit on her all the time? Like, just say weird shit.
It's not that I just do it like to her. I just do it in general. I mean, I do it with my mom. I do it with anybody I talk to on a regular basis.
Keep people on their toes.
I'm just a weirdo. I don't know. I've just always been weird.
My favorite one was
I think I'm autistic.
The cum in my tummy fucking thing that you said.
I like that it came back around.
Yeah, that it came true.
Yeah, it was fucking gross. I don't know if people listened to that last week. I was telling my buddy, I was like, you should listen to the show. I talk about getting washed cum in my mouth. That's the only way I could describe it in a text.
At least it was washed, dude.
It was washed.
See,
there was no sperm. I'm not pregnant.
That's what people don't know is if you wash it first, the gay, goes down the drain, and then it's not gay.
And the sperm's gone, so you can't get pregnant.
Right.
Better safe than sorry. We're teaching safe sex here, man. Choice nugs only, just all around.
Keeping America's youth safe. America's youth should not listen to this show.
No, especially not apparently the people that have been leaving us voicemails because they're fucking already twisted.
That's a nice segue, brother.
It was. I feel like that's the perfect time to play our first. So this is the first official voicemail from the Hotbox hotline.
And just for context, we got this voicemail 5 minutes before we started recording this show today.
Yeah, we were about to hit record, and we don't record these live. Obviously, we edit them, so this came in just before the show, and we're going to play it for you. It's about a minute long, so just bear with us.
Yeah, but we're going to play it in its entirety for your pleasure.
All right, here we go.
Hey, man. Fucking, you wanna know some fucked up shit I was thinking about fucking way down here at the skate park, man? Fucking, we all talk about how it's unfair to get drafted. You can't smoke cigarettes at 18. But you know what's even more fucked up? An 18-year-old girl still developing and shit, right? Fucking...
Hold on, I'm going to start this over because I think I fucked it up. Hold on.
Yeah, we can edit that back
Yeah,
to...
we'll edit it back.
Hey, man. Fucking, you wanna know some fucked up shit I was thinking about on the fucking way down here to the skate park, man? Fucking, we all talk about how it's unfair to get drafted and you can't smoke cigarettes at 18, right? But you know what's even more fucked up? An 18-year-old girl still developing and shit, right? Fucking, she can get fucked in every hole by, like, so many different fucking guys. And yet, fucking, she can't have a beer or a fucking cigarette till 21. You feel me? That's fucked up. Other shit on my mind. You know porn, man? Fucking, I love that shit. But, dude, fucking, everyone always talks shit about X videos versus Pornhub, that whole fucking debate. But, dude, fucking, everyone's like, oh, 240p, man, quality. But, dude, fuck that shit. X videos has some good-ass fucking quality videos, right? So, fucking, that's where I get my note off to. And, fucking, yeah. Fucking, you send your voicemail, whatever music you guys check out. Well, here, I got some good shit for you, man. Check out I Lit Your Baby on Fire by Anal Cunt, man. Shit is fucking lit. Literally. Hang out other random shit. But I know you guys need some shit to fill your episode up. And I want to hear my own fucking voice on this podcast, right? So, and I am a bit of fucking famous and shit because I am related to fucking Carson Winkle, right? No, I'm just really fucking bored at the skate park right now waiting for Shane to finish doing his shit before we see Joker. So, yeah. Can't wait to hear myself in the episode. You folks have a good night.
Well,
okay.
Shyamalan twist.
Okay, so let me see that real quick because it gives us the whole transcript.
It does transcribe it. A lot of edits.
So I was gonna break down some of the things he brought up in that voicemail before saying who it was.
A lot of it was incoherent, but let's go step by step, I guess.
So, but as he said in the voicemail there, yes, that's a relative of mine. That's my brother. He listens to every episode. God bless him. So what did he say? So first, he's at the skate park like a fucking hooligan, recording this shit.
I know. I'm just imagining him like sitting by some soccer moms waiting for their kids as he's recording this into his phone, talking about 18-year-olds getting their holes filled on xnxs.com. She's like, what?
No, because he's got like a battle jacket, like a heavy metal denim jacket.
Oh, so was he dressed like active shooter's little brother?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Active Junior.
Active Junior.
Because it's covered in just like heavy metal like band patches and
right.
shit. So I'm just picturing him wearing that with some like death metal snapback hat, just being a fucking hooligan at the skate park. You have to unlock that for me again.
Oh, my bad. So we're gonna break this down.
But he's talking about how it's unfair that you can get drafted and you can't smoke cigarettes at 18. At least not anymore in Washington State.
Oh yeah, you can't smoke cigarettes at 18 anymore in Washington
until you're 21.
Oh, that's fucked.
So you can't do any of that. But 18-year-old girls can just get drilled from every which way. But that's all fine. I don't know.
I don't really see the correlation, but I get the point. I mean, it's pretty fucked. You can go to war, but you can't get cigarettes, especially
or alcohol, for that matter.
Or alcohol, you probably need it more. Well, cigarettes too. Fuck. Yeah, that's a good point, but I don't know how it ties into like gaping assholes and shit.
Because it's like alcohol and cigarettes, they'll get you eventually. But I mean, hey, some girl wants to just take a bunch of dicks at 18. I mean, you ain't gonna die from it.
You could.
Well, I guess you could.
I mean, if it was all at the same time and you just never came up for air.
Which, I mean, I guess that brings us right into his Pornhub versus X videos debate.
See, I was always Pornhub or UJizz.
Yeah,
that was me. Yeah, but that was just because UJizz was in the name. If somebody pulls that up on my history, they're gonna know.
It's right there. I don't know. But between the two, I mean, I guess he's going all hipster saying X videos is better, but I don't know. Pornhub's it's like the Apple of porn websites.
Do you ever read the comments?
Yes.
Occasionally I will, but I wonder what the comments are like on this video.
And they're always so
And
fucking
I'm like,
creepy.
I've been on this website for too long.
And you just feel
5
dirty.
minutes tops, yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes, and then you should be off of it.
5 minutes and then you leave.
What else does he talk about on that transcription? It actually worked out well. I'm glad that worked.
Oh yeah, no, that's
What's your brother's name?
Weston.
Weston, thanks for calling in, man. That was a good way to test out the Hotbox hotline, so it works.
And if this is any indication as to what we allow on the Hotbox hotline, I mean, you can say whatever the fuck you want. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll put you on.
We have no corporate sponsors. We're not trying to appeal to the Chinese censors. We'll talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, we're not gonna get banned. Well, we'll probably get banned in China, like South Park.
Yeah.
Hang out at the. I'm trying to see what it.
Oh, he was talking about
Anal Cunt.
Yeah, the band Anal Cunt.
Is that a real band though?
It's a real band.
So what's the song called?
I think
It said something about
I think it
eat your
blocked it
baby
out.
or something.
Light your baby on fire.
So that's an actual song.
We'll have to check that out and talk about it on the next episode.
I'm over here listening to Blanco Brown. I should be listening to what was it? God's Cunt, Anal's Cunt,
Anal Cunt.
Anal Cunt. Yeah.
Oh, what's this type of genre that I just learned about last night? It's like what do they call it? Like pornocore, gorecore, something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen shit like that.
It's
weird.
It just blew my mind because it's like
Different strokes, man.
it's like death metal, heavy metal vibes, but just shocking for the sake of being shocking.
And it's porn.
Well, the music isn't obviously, but like for their album covers, they'll put like either like really graphic sexual imagery or really violent imagery or both. You know, mix them together. But I forget what it's called.
And it's a genre.
Oh no, it's called porno grind.
Porno grind.
Right, because it like grindcore is a type of music, and then there's gore grind, which is like I mean exactly as it sounds, like grindcore with a focus on like
What is
violence and gore.
grindcore though? What does that mean?
I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you. Actually, it's like a subset of. I keep saying the term death metal because that's like my catch-all for all that. My brother could tell you way better than I could.
So many different types of genres.
But yeah, porno grind. Check that out.
Porno grind.
If you really want to give your ears a fucking screaming.
Did I talk about how when I would make like mixtapes for people, not mixtapes, but like CDs? I was the guy in high school that would burn CDs for people.
Oh yeah,
because you had LimeWire, so you'd download that shit and you'd make a fucking playlist, and people would request stuff like, "Hey, can you throw this onto a CD for me?" Sure, man, you got it. So I would do it for my friends, but anytime I would do it for one of my friends, I would throw in like a 30-second, because on LimeWire you could download clips from porn. So I download like 30-second audio clips.
I think you did talk about that.
And slip them in,
right in the middle of the CD, like somebody's riding in the car with their girl or whatever, and song ends, and just
track 7. Yeah, shit, you can put on a Notorious B.I.G. album, and there's a chance that there's gonna be that shit on there just already.
Right.
So, fuck. I remember I threw something on. I think it was 40 Ounces to Freedom. They have like a little porn clip, and I was listening to that a long time ago. I had bought it at like a thrift store, and I put it on, and that part came on in the car with my mom, and just like
that's uncomfortable. I don't like watching movies with sex scenes with my parents.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Yeah, it's always, it's kind of weird when you're with the person that you're in a relationship with too, because it's just like you're watching two people pretend to fuck. And it's just, I don't know.
Just a weird feeling.
Unless they're hot, then I'm like, that's hot. Let's just go. Let's get it going.
Just turn the movie off right there. Grab her hand. Like, let's go.
Yeah, fuck it. We need something to keep the sound down.
All right. Before I forget,
I
want to talk about the weed dealer with the limo.
Oh yeah, that's the story that you were going to tell. And I do want to go back because the last part of his voicemail talked about going to see the Joker. That shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that yet?
I haven't seen it yet. No
I
spoilers.
won't spoil
no spoilers.
It, but I'll talk about it a little bit, spoiler free for you. Okay, let's hear this story.
So I've been talking it up like it's some big thing, but the more I think about it, it's just a guy I used to buy weed from who had limo. Yeah. Give me one sec. Here, do you want to pause or what?
Just put it down.
Okay. No. Okay. You grab that. I'll tell the story.
We're back.
Okay.
Magic. It'll sound all fucked up, but whatever. All right. Limo story. Let's do it.
Okay. So back in, I don't know if we had started buying weed from him in high school or if it was like right after high school ended. But me and a bunch of the guys I knew a guy. I won't even say the town that he lived in, but in like a real small town not far from here, who went by RK. I won't say what RK stood for because I don't know if that was his real name or not, but everyone just called him RK. So we'd go to RK's house and buy weed, and he said he went to like this weed farmers market to buy it. I don't know. I don't know.
Does that exist?
That's what
sounds like the best fucking place on the planet. If it does.
I never asked. I was just like, because he'd have weed to sell. He'd run out, and then like a day or two later, he'd come back with just these massive like trash bag size bags, just full of weed, and it was always really, really good, And none of us are 21, and
that's so crazy. You have to be 21 to smoke weed. I always forget that.
Right?
Like, yeah, I guess.
But and that was not long after they passed recreational weed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if shops were open yet, or if they were. It was like just becoming a thing. So we had to have a guy to get it, and we'd go to his house, and I never saw him deal anything other than weed, but like with the people that would just always be at his house, because it was a trap house. There'd be people just crashing on his couch all the time. Sometimes the same person for a while, and then more people, less people. It was a revolving door in there. So it was just kind of sketch, but it was cool. His girl was cool. We'd go over there, and you'd throw $10 on the table, and like, okay, let me get a dime bag, and he'd load you up with like a dub sack. But the most interesting thing about this guy was after a while, there's a late 80s, maybe early 90s Cadillac limousine that he had just like parked in front of his house. And he had this whole outfit that, to like mildly describe RK, he was maybe an average size height guy, maybe a little bit shorter than average, just big old gut on him, dude. Like, who could I compare him to? Like, you ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
Mm-hmm. Like Randy.
Yeah, like Randy's gut. He had a big old gut on him, like Randy. If anybody doesn't know who that is, just look up like on Google Images.
Cheeseburgers.
The fucking cheeseburgers.
I fucking love that shit.
Google Randy Bobandy Trailer Park Boys. He had that kind of build.
And if you don't know the Trailer Park Boys, then why the fuck are you listening to this
You're
show?
fucking missing out on life.
Yeah, it's such a good show.
He had like a very ill-fitting suit that covered like half of his gut, so the bottom half was like hanging out, and then he had like a little like limo driver's hat. And we rolled up to his house one day.
It's like a guy who's like in character to play a limo driver on Saturday Night Live or some shit.
Pretty much.
Chris Farley.
Yeah. It'd be like if Chris Farley was wearing a real bad suit pretending to be a limo driver. We'd roll up to his house and we see him just like digging around in the back of this limo, poke our heads in there, and it's just a shitty old limo that he bought for like $2,000. Like, RK, what are you doing in there? It's like, oh, it's my new side hustle. I'm gonna drive kids to prom.
Oh Jesus! One-stop shop though. You got weed.
Yeah.
You drop them off. They're safe.
You
know, guy's a genius.
Yeah, they got a DD, assuming he was sober.
Assuming.
That
doesn't sound like he was sober.
And yeah, no, that was his business. He sold weed, and when like homecoming or prom would roll around, he'd go to the local schools and just he'd have a sign like limo service.
He would just pull up to the school and be like, "Hey, limo service."
Or people that already were buying weed from him would go to his house and be like, "Hey, RK, can we rent you for the night?" And be like, "Yeah, fuck it."
I mean, that's fine, but I'm talking about like for the schools.
Yeah.
Like you're just gonna show up at a school and be like, "Hey, kids,
in your sketchy caddy limo,
I got a sign and a suit. It's all good."
Like, I like to imagine the principal would come out and just like, "What are you doing here? What do you want with these children?" Oh, I see you have a suit and a sign. Never mind, you're good.
No, it'd be more like the principal would come out and start giving the guy shit, and then realize it was this weed dealer and be like, "Oh, never mind."
Like, never mind. You cool. You cool.
You're cool.
But no, Unfortunately, he had to stop selling weed.
Because it was getting in the way of the limo business.
Yeah, dude. And he had to focus on so being a limo driver. No. My last year of college, I was still buying weed from this guy because I wasn't 21 until one day I was at school and I got a text from my buddy saying, "Hey, did you hear RK got busted?" I'm like, "What the fuck? What?" It turns out that he had sold weed to a couple of like 14, 15-year-old kids and his
No shit.
yeah, I was gonna say his clientele was people who weren't of legal age, but they were like early high school, early to mid high school, and bitch made, I guess you could say, because what happened was their parents found the weed and were like, "Where did you get this?" And they immediately flipped on him. They were like, he goes by RK. This is where he lives. You can go get him right now. And they just fucking flipped on him.
It's been so long since I've had to go that route and buy weed from
a guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when, like, even when people are like, "Hey man, I know somebody with weed," I'm just like, well,
it's like, what's
why?
the point?
Like, it's cheap. It's like, yeah, but it's the same fucking weed.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy a bunch of cheap weed that's all the same. Like, I can buy different weed when I go to the store, It's just like, I don't think people understand, like, when you go to a weed store, there's fucking selection.
Yeah, no, I remember the first time I walked into one, I was like, am I in fucking heaven right now?
Yeah, we went, I forget what was the first one that I went to out here with the recreational ones was, because I was in California when they had the medicinal. I'm pretty sure I've talked about, no, I haven't told that story about how I got my weed card. That was on my other podcast.
I was just going to ask if you had a green card.
Yeah, a green card. Jesus, I'm legal, bro. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. You can't fucking say that shit these days.
Yeah.
ICE will be kicking my goddamn door down.
Yeah. All I have to do is make an anonymous tip.
No, I got my weed card in California because I had a roommate. I've told it on the Itty Bitty podcast, but I had a roommate who was growing, and he wanted everybody in the house to have their card so that if anything happened, they would be good.
Everybody's legal, right?
Yeah, and my I won't say that on here. I don't know if she wants me to. Never mind. Skip that part. My wife won't be pissed if I talk about that part. But anyway, so they wanted us to get our card so we'd be legal and shit. And we go. He's like, "All right, I'll come with me, and we'll go get you all set up." So he takes me to this place in the San Fernando Valley. And if you've never been to San Fernando Valley, it's like the hottest fucking part of Los Angeles, packed. Yeah, there's a lot of shit about it in the movies and shit. But anyway, go to the fucking doctor's office, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
The guy I'm with, he's like, "I'm going to go get cash and come back. I'll go get cash so you can pay, and okay, so I can give you money and I'll come back," because he was going to pay for me to get it.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, go in. The guy has me fill out a paper, fill it out. He goes to the back, comes back with a copy, and he goes, "Hey man, I don't really want to waste your time. The doctor's not here, so here you go." And he hands me my shit, and it's just, there you go. I was in there less than 5 minutes.
He just hooked you up.
Yeah,
Like,
just
cool.
Here you go. So I just got my weed card, and I was done. I mean, it wouldn't have been that much more difficult because I went back a second time to renew it a couple years later, or a year later, whenever I had to get it renewed. And it was an actual doctor. Like,
oh shit.
They take you in, and he basically does like a fake physical exam. Like, has you sit with all your clothes on, asks you questions. It's like, okay, yeah, you're good. So it was at least a little bit more professional, but yeah, it was kind of a joke.
Was he wearing the doctor coat?
He was.
Official then.
He
Okay.
had a doctor coat. But the first one, no, it was just some fucking Armenian guy. It's just like, "I don't want to waste your time, buddy. Here you go. Fucking go. No, you go."
I don't think I like the way you said fucking Armenian, Perry.
Well, I don't think they're listening to this
No.
podcast, so whatever.
I don't think.
And if you are, I apologize. I like System of a Down.
Yeah. Oh, they are Armenian, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's my go-to. Because I'm not going to be like, "Yeah, I like the Kardashians."
Are they
they're-
Armenian?
Yeah.
Is that what
man,
is that
you
what
fucking
they?
kidding me?
Dude, I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
You just, yes, bitch.
There's a lot of Armenians in like the San Fernando, like Calabasas, I think is where the Kardashians are from. And so yeah, there's a lot of Armenians and shit. So,
Right on.
yeah, you don't really see Armenians anywhere else, but California.
But the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, and you always know because they're like, bro,
Hey, bro.
hey, bro.
Hey, bro, I give you good price. Oh, that's good, dude.
But yeah, fucking, it's been a long time since I've actually had to buy weed. I'm trying to think the last time. I've had some interesting weed interactions. My weed purchasing interactions are probably a lot different than yours.
Oh, yeah?
We went one time. I'm trying to think if I can tell the story. Yeah, I can tell it without fucking getting anybody in trouble. I won't even say who was with me. It was with my buddy. He'll know if he listens to it. So anyway, we had a whole big thing, a whole big fiasco. And we go to pick up bud from this dude, and my buddy's just fucking around. He's like, hey man, you got a gun? Got some people we gotta fucking blah blah blah. And the dude like thought we were like serious. So he reaches between his legs as he's fucking just getting us a bunch of mid-grade weed and pulls out a 38.
Yeah.
And he hands it to my buddy. He's like, yeah man, fucking check that shit out. So my buddy's like looking at it, fucking pointing it, fucking around. He's like, hey man, there's no fucking safety on that gun. You need to be careful.
Yeah.
Says the dude who pulls it from in between his legs and shit. So like that was like one interaction purchasing weed. That was like a long time ago. And that was on the East Coast somewhere.
Was your buddy joking around like yeah, we need to get a gun so we can go like ice this motherfucker or what?
No, I don't even remember what the situation was. I mean, I do, but I can't talk about it on the podcast. But I do remember what it was from. And then there was another guy that we would buy shit from, but I don't think we were buying weed from this guy. This guy, I think we were buying coke. But he would always tell one of the first things he said to us was, I don't even know if I was there for this interaction, but he like licked his thumbs and was like, I could kill you guys with my thumbs if I wanted to.
What the fuck?
He had all these like samurai swords and shit, and like yeah, he was a fucking weird. He actually picked me up. I was walking home one night across the city that I'm from, and it's like not the greatest city, you know. And I was walking like downtown by the mall, all fucked up, and I'm like, man, I need a ride. So I called that dude because I'm like, he's up, he sells coke. So I had him come pick me up and give me some coke and take me to where I need to go.
Yeah.
I want to Uber coke. So,
oh man,
I don't know how we got on buying coke from weed, but my bad. That's just kind of the segue we took just now.
I've got one weird weed interaction. Well, I mean, there's a couple, but there's one really weird one that stands out. And I was like 16, 17. I'll use real first names for the sake of the story. Just keep it straight. These guys won't care if I talk. I was with my buddies, Reed, Reed, Christian, and Marcus. We're all in Reed's old shitty like 95 purple Cavalier. And we're outside the local fucking supermarket, and Reed's in there buying chocolate milk. And we're all just hanging out that night, just chilling.
Like Yoo-hoo or actual chocolate milk?
Like Dairy Gold.
Okay.
Dairy Gold chocolate, real shit.
Get that real shit.
But me and Christian and Mark are all just sitting in the car. And out of nowhere, some bum, like legit, like homeless, just bum motherfucker, comes walking up to the car and he's like, hey, you gotta give me a ride? I'll give you some weed. We're looking
Is
at
it the Bum King?
No, I know who you're talking about when you say the Bum King. It was not the Bum King.
The Bum King comes into our store to charge his phone on a regular basis.
He still does?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We have somebody. He's literally a bum king, like the king of the bums.
He does.
That's his title.
I know this
I'm
guy.
not making this up. This is he is in charge of all the homeless people. He runs shit.
Because the homeless problem in the area is pretty bad, and they all look up to him like the leader.
Yeah.
He's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I should have him on. Fuck.
Dude, I bet he would too. Like, dude,
what else is he gonna do?
Dude,
fucking kidding me. What else does he got?
We'll charge your
going
phone
on?
and give you a case of beer.
Hey Tony, I'll charge your phone, give you beer, and smoke you out to have this podcast. I'm not sharing a joint with you. You can have your own joints, but come on.
Dude, I bet he's got some crazy stories.
He's the bum king.
He's the
you
bum
don't become
king.
the fucking bum king without getting some crazy stories. I think he should be a Choice Nugs only exclusive guest. I won't even take him for the Itty Bitty podcast.
Fuck yeah.
I'll keep him for this one only.
Yeah, we got to make a note of that.
It's easy. I can track him down. I know where he's at. He's fucking always there.
But
how do we just get sidetracked to the bum
I
king?
was talking about this bum that wanted a ride. So he comes up to the car asking for a ride. I'll give you some weed to give me a ride. As Reed's coming out of the store, and none of us had weed. None of us had jobs. We're in high school. Fucking no money. So we're like, weed? Yeah, okay. But since Reed was driving, he made that executive decision. He's like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Like, okay. And Christian and Mark had met this guy before, because he was at the bus stop like maybe a month before that, and they were sitting there, and he comes walking up, and he's like, you guys want to buy some weed? I got some Snickle Fritz on me. So from then on, they just referred to this guy as Snickle Fritz.
Okay.
So I'm looking like, I don't know if I want to fucking give this guy a ride. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. He's Snickle Fritz. He's cool. I'm like, okay, sure. So to give you a picture of the car, it's a tiny ass 95 purple Chevy Cavalier. Reed's driving, Christian's in the passenger seat, and then from left to right in the back, there's Snickle Fritz, me in the middle, and Mark. And we got to drive.
Oh, y'all made Snickle Fritz ride, bitch?
No, I was riding bitch.
Oh, you were riding bitch.
I was riding bitch. He was to the left of me, Mark was to my right.
Rude. Offer the guy a ride and make him sit in between.
But so we start driving him to his place, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, you just go up this back road a piece, and fucking, it's out there, out yonder somewhere." He was giving us real shitty directions, and it really was like way out in the sticks, right? Because we're driving, we're on the highway, and he tells us to take this turn off the highway. And we're like, okay, because we know there's houses out there and shit. But then he tells us to take a couple other turns out that way. And we're like, we have no idea where the fuck we're going right now. And then he starts talking about this gun that he's got on him. He's like, oh, yep, got my 45 on me. You know, I've done this with it, done that with it. You know, I'll always keep it on me. And we're like, what the fuck? And I forget, it's been so long, I forget what else he said, but he said some other like really sketchy shit that made us think like, is he gonna fucking kill us right now? Like, is he just gonna like shoot all four of us and take our shit?
I feel like he's in the back seat. You guys can take him. I mean,
well, and that's what we all started doing.
You might lose Christian or one of the other guys you mentioned in the story, but
well,
I mean,
because from the middle, I see Reed in the front seat, like slumping down in his seat and like putting his shoulders up to his neck real tight because he thinks like he might get stabbed in the neck or something. And Christian's in the passenger seat with this like ceramic turtle that Reed had in there for whatever reason. I see him getting kind of tense, like clutching this thing. And he said that after we dropped the guy off, like if he tried to pull anything, he was just gonna reach back and just crack him in the head with it. See what he could do.
Yeah, that's the fucking plan, man.
And then me and Mark are just sitting in the back, like, fuck. If he's gonna get anybody, we're gonna be the first ones. We're closest to him. It's like, fuck.
He's still gotta pull the gun out and like discharge and
right.
You know,
thinking back on it now, it was pretty close quarters. Yeah. And if he even like tried to like reach for it real quick,
he's probably fucked up.
We would have seen it coming.
Yeah,
so, like
he's probably hella fucked up. Like, he's like, oh, these demons.
The demons in my skin. I kind of sound like Alex Jones when I do that.
You do a good Alex Jones.
Putting chemicals in the water. Turn the frickin' frogs gay. But you know, we get to Snickle Fritz's house, if you could call it that, and it's just way out in the boonies.
Oh, you drove him home. Wait, he's got a house?
Yeah, there was a house that he lived in. I don't know if he owned it, but it looks like something that you would see like out of a Rob Zombie movie, because you show up and there's a shitload of like no trespassing signs, like just junked cars in the yard, and there was like a main house that was more like a shack, and then there was a shack that was more like an outhouse type size deal, and all of it was covered in what I assume were stolen road signs. It's like there's a bunch of stop signs and one ways and all different kinds of road signs, just nailed to the outside of that shit.
I'm getting the visual now, like the Firefly house from like House of a Thousand Corpses with all this shit. Yeah,
right.
Jesus.
So we're like, what the fuck is this place? But then we get there and he's like, thanks for the ride, guys, and just drops like a couple nugs of weed in Reed's hand and walks off.
It was just a couple nugs of weed.
Yeah. He never said how much he was giving us. He just said he was going to give us some weed.
I mean, that's a score. And you didn't get murdered.
Didn't get murdered, got some weed. So, you know, all in all, it turned out okay.
You probably could have rolled back up through there and just robbed him for everything he had. Like, I know where your gun's at. I know where you said your gun's always on you.
Yeah. So, stay strapped or get clapped.
You guys could have fucking killed Snickle Fritz and nobody would have known.
Yeah, nobody would have missed him.
Have you done TikTok yet?
No, I have not made a TikTok. I'm familiar with it. I watch a lot of TikTok memes. I watch a lot of YouTube channels that like break down TikToks, but
that's a fucking thing. I
know it's some real Zoomer shit.
Jesus Christ. No, I jumped on there because I wanted to see what the hype and shit was all about, and I'm always late to shit, so I'm like, I'll download TikTok. I haven't made an account yet, but I jumped on, dude. There's a lot of funny shit on there, man.
Yeah,
there's some funny. It's almost like Vine though. It's like, why don't you just bring Vine back?
Well, right, because like Vine happened, and you know, a lot of people who have like really, really successful internet careers now, they got their start on Vine. And then that went away because I think Twitter bought it, and then they canceled it. They're like, we're not making any money off of this, or whatever their reason was. And then an app called Musical.ly came out.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
There's like a lot of pedos and shit.
Right. I think that's why they shut Musical.ly down. And now TikTok's basically the new Musical.ly or Vine or whatever. But there's still pedophiles or suspected pedophiles on there.
Well, yeah, they do I listened to Your Mom's House podcast, and she fucking procures a lot of the TikToks.
Yeah, Christina P. loves
Christina
TikToks.
P. loves the TikToks, and so she gets a bunch of them. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just like, all right, these people are actually retarded. Like, it's like one thing to laugh if they're like, you know, fucking weirdos. But there's a lot of funny shit on there, man. I just jumped on there and was starting to scroll through, but so I just didn't know if you had seen it. I did see one that our boy Tony Hawk 2020.
Hawk 2020. Hawk Jackson 2020.
Make America Great Again, motherfucker. I fucked it up. Callback. So if you don't know what that joke's from, you need to fucking listen to the podcast more. Go back to episode 1, motherfucker. You dig?
You did. You heard.
But anyway, it was Tony Hawk, and he had a fucking French bulldog.
Oh, no shit?
And it was skateboarding. It was Tony Hawk with this fucking skateboarding French bulldog.
It
wasn't like an English bulldog. It was like a French, like a little one, and it was on the half pipe. So like, I don't know if it's a half pipe, but the little.
Well, I was gonna say, didn't Robin Big
Your
do that?
brother can call in next week since he's at the skate park and tell me what the fuck it's called.
Clearly, we're just posers. He fucking skates.
I don't skate. But anyway, he's just like, he would go up to the top, and then the fucking dog would spin around and then skate down the fucking thing.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Tony Hawk 2020. So that's another reason to vote for him for president. You'd get skating French bulldogs.
Yeah. If you know how like they have the first lady and shit. They'd have to make like the first dog
The
just
first
because
dog,
Tony
yeah.
Hawk.
That would be fucking dope.
But isn't that what Rob Dyrdek had on Robin Big, or was that an
He
English
had an
bulldog?
English bulldog. The
Okay.
English bulldogs are the big ones that like I've been looking at dogs, as I think we're gonna get another dog here soon.
Yeah.
We've been looking for a while, but French bulldogs, there's never any ones for adoption. You always have to buy them,
And like
they're
$1,000.
Yeah, and they're always fucking hella bred, and so it's just hard to.
That's what my parents are about to get. It's a French bulldog. They're
fucking
cool dogs.
Cool little dogs, and they're small and shit. But like, yeah, I would buy. That would be like a gift for my wife at some point. Like, here's a fucking French bulldog. Like,
do that real corny shit on Christmas, like where she opens up the box and oh my god, it's a puppy.
I'd rather just adopt a fucking pit bull.
Yeah.
Just call it a day. Yeah, I love pits. That's my favorite.
They're cool dogs, man.
Yeah. Well, we've had our fucking. You haven't been over and seen the dog lately. He's got like some skin thing that he's getting over.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him stink. It fucking smells like fucking ass all the time. It's like he's got him done farting, and then now his skin smells. It's like fucking old dogs.
Just an old ass man.
Yeah, he's still got life though.
Yeah.
Still around and bitching.
Still.
Speaking of dying, I was thinking about this the other day. I was fucking blazed. How shitty would it be? Like, just think about this. You have a job that you fucking hate, and you're driving to go to that job, and you fucking die on the way to go to that job.
Dude.
I thought about it, I'm like, I would be like, you get to heaven, or hell, probably hell, and they're like, yeah, you died. And I'm like, well, what was I doing? You're driving to work. I was, what?
I was on my way to my shitty
I
job
didn't want
that
to be
I fucking
there.
hate.
Like, I didn't have nothing to do with like wanting to go there.
Like, yep, you should have quit a day earlier.
I was just thinking about that. That'd be so fucked.
That'd be terrible,
the worst
dude.
way to go, because then you always are just like, I just died to go into some shit job I have no desire to be at.
The place where I work, there's a guy that used to work there who it was his very last day. His last day of working there before retirement. And as he's coming into work, like he gets through the front door, has a heart attack and dies.
Oh, shit.
Like, that's a fucked up.
Yeah. Well, he was going to have that heart attack anyway. He lives out in Grays Harbor, let's be real.
Everybody dies at like 50 around
He's
here.
probably already lost a foot to diabetes, you know.
I laugh at that, but I'm the one who eats McDonald's like a fucking dumpster.
Well, that shit will catch up with you.
Yeah.
I found out the hard way. I had to like get to the point where I'm like, well, I need to lose 60 pounds now. And so, yeah, that's where I was at. And
Yeah, you gotta cut out the fast food, man. I love McDoubles so much.
they're good. I mean, here's the thing. if you get a good one and you get like my thing when we used to go and get fucked up is we'd hit the drive-through and I would get a double quarter pounder with cheese, fries, all that shit. But if you get them like certain places, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's easier when I don't eat it a lot, and then when I go to get it, to go to a place that sucks, I'm like, well, I'm not missing out. So that's kind of how I did it. I eat it every once in a while now, but
that's the thing. Like,
lost 60 pounds, bitch.
Look,
Well, almost like 50 something.
But like, if I've been drinking and we pass a McDonald's, it's over, dude. Because I don't even care about McDonald's fries.
And they have that sign that just says "Get a McRib."
No, that's the other thing. It's when McDonald's is just telling you to go and eat their food. I'm like, damn, McDonald's, the ball's on you. Fuck, I might as well get a McRib. You're just gonna tell me to get one?
No, I'm probably gonna get something on the way home here. It's a long ride.
I've never eaten a McRib.
Did you ever have the ones in school, like the school meals?
Yeah.
The little rib sandwiches that they would do?
Yeah. Like the little boneless rib thing.
Same fucking
Same.
thing.
That's like kind of what I always figured.
Thing, yeah. They're not like the people that freak out about them and get excited for them. It's like, I don't get it.
That's like when I was in school, we'd have like either the rib sandwich or teriyaki dippers. That's what they call them. And it was the same fucking like rib meat, but they would take those like long like rib patties, cut them up into like nugget size pieces and serve them with a shitty teriyaki sauce
instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we would do like, because you could buy your school lunch, but then they had like the, it was like almost like the junk food shit. So they had these giant fucking cookies, and they were made by the special ed kids. I'm not even fucking joking, but they were made by the special ed kids. And when they would run out, they were gone. Like that was it, because they would do that. They would make them in the morning. It was like part of their class. They would make them, and then when they were gone, but they were fucking bomb.
They were
like,
just hella good.
The shit, yeah. And so you would go and get them, and they had to have been like 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
Because that's what you would eat for lunch. You would just go and you'd have like, you'd get your cookie. It's like fucking this big.
Right.
It's like the size of a pancake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have your Fruitopia, because they had the Fruitopia machines.
Fruitopia, what the hell's that?
You never had Fruitopia?
That sounds familiar.
Might be too young for you, young buck. It's it was basically sugar fucking water. It was just like, it was juice.
Okay.
It was just all different flavors. And
it's like basically like a soda, but not carbonated.
No, yeah. And it was in like the Dasani bottle thing. And so they had those. And then they would get like pizza was their big thing. And you could get the pizzas. This was all like the secondary shit that you could get.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody to supervise you. So you would just go and eat that shit every fucking day. You'd have a cookie and pizza and like.
And just get fat as fuck.
No, you wouldn't though, because you were in high school.
That's,
like,
yeah.
You know, you'd have to do a lot of damage and not go out and exercise to actually put on like a shitload of weight as a high schooler. I mean, I was a fat kid, so I know.
I was gonna say like when I was in high school, I was kind of tubby, dude.
Oh, I was a fat fuck.
Like I just kept shoveling shit in. Mountain Dew too. Like Mountain Dew used to be like my go-to drink, and any flavor of it, regular, Code Red, Voltage, whatever. I'm gonna drink it. I have like 4 cans in a day. I cannot do that anymore.
Oh, you're definitely like sterile for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Code Red, dude. I love Mountain Dew, but I don't drink that shit anymore. I'm just like, that shit's no good.
I had my first Code Red Mountain Dew in probably 5-6 years, like a couple days ago, because I got. Oh, I have a 7-Eleven story to tell you. So I was at 7-Eleven going to work the other day.
You always have fucking 7-Eleven stories.
Oh, yeah. The lady that wanted to suck my dick was at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like, no, you fucking meth tramp. No, I'm going to work the other day. And I'm going to get some hot food. And I'm standing in front of the fucking... Okay, so for reference, you know how they used to, like, you'd have to tell them what you want and they go get it out of like the warmer and then they'd give it to you. Mm-hmm. It's not like that anymore. It's all self-serve. So this lady is like, I'm trying to decide what I want, and this lady comes walking in and she's standing to the left of me and she's like, hey, can we just grab the hot dogs if we're going to pay for them? talking to the lady behind the counter, and then she's like, well, yeah, I mean, there's buns in the drawer below you, and there's tongs right in front of you. And the lady that asked the question, she's not listening at all. She's like, I'm watching her. She's just standing there, like, staring at the hot dogs, mouth wide open, like, just mouth breathing. And then it takes her a couple seconds to process, like, what the first lady said, or the other lady said. And then she just goes, oh yeah, okay. Didn't register any of that information, and just reaches in there with bare hands and just starts touching, just rooting around, just fondling hot dogs, dude. Like she's at a fucking Chippendales show. and, and then she finally decides which one she wants after she's touched like 5-6 of them, and grabs a couple. And then she sees me looking at her, and like she knew I was judging her. She just looks at me and goes, "Hey, how are you today?" Like, fucking, I'm doing all right, lady. I'm just gonna go mind my business over
I
here.
feel like I'm doing better than you, but I don't want to say that. But I'm definitely doing better than you.
That would have been rude as fuck, but completely true if I just looked at her and went, better than you.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, fuck. Oh, but that's how I got to that. Was I was talking about Code Red Mountain Dew. Because 7-Eleven, you know, goddamn, I love my country. They were selling taquitos there, 5 for $4. And if you bought 5 of them for $4, you got a free big gulp. So I filled up a Code Red Mountain Dew.
I was at the 7-Eleven today pumping my gas, and I didn't even want to touch the handle because I'm like, I feel like somebody nasty has fucking touched this thing, and she's all fucking groping the fucking hot dogs. Did I tell you my story real quick before I forget? My taquito story? Or was that on? That's the problem with having 2 podcasts. I can't remember which ones I've told on here, but so you hear some stories probably multiple times. The taquito story, I never told you that.
I don't think so.
So I was back when I was in college, and I was pretty good at college because I got dropped out pretty quickly, but most of my time was spent getting fucked up.
Of course.
And there was a 7-Eleven right off campus, and so me and my buddy who didn't go to school there would come, and he would party with me there. I didn't even live there. I would just fucking go and hang out, and so we would leave and then go to 7-Eleven or somewhere to get food when everything else was closed. So we go in one night, we're drinking, partying. We go to 7-Eleven. It's just me and my buddy, and we're standing there in line, and we're waiting to get food, and it's all full. The guy calls us up. We order, and he's like, "I'll take." My buddy Ryan's fucking hammered. We didn't discuss this at all before we go up there, and he goes, "I'll take all your taquitos." And the guy goes, "All of them?" He's like, "All of them."
Give me all of them.
There's a kid behind us, college student, and as soon as my buddy goes, "I want all of them," the kid goes, "Oh," like audibly sad.
I think you might have told me this before.
Yeah.
But
So I tell my buddy, I'm like, "Bro, just fucking give him one. Like, give him a taquito. This guy wants a taquito. Like, he's fucking been waiting for it, just like you are. We're not gonna eat all 13 of these fucking taquitos."
I was gonna say, when Ryan said, "I want all the taquitos," how many are we talking here? Like about 13, 14 of them?
13,
roughly?
14, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I must have told you that story because I didn't tell you his name just now, and you knew it.
No, you just said Ryan.
Did I just say Ryan? Sorry, Ryan. But that was a dick move, and it was fucking hilarious. But he would not back down. He was like, the guy, and I was like, "Well, can I give him one of mine?" He was like, "No," and he took the whole bag, and he wouldn't. Like, he gave me them when we got back, but he wouldn't. He just was.
He would not let you share.
He wouldn't let me share with this kid, and the kid wasn't a dick. He was just a nerdy little kid that was just like, he just wanted a taquito. That was probably his dinner, and he's just like, now he's got to wait. Yeah, I felt bad. So
that sucks.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
Just no, I ain't shared. Oh wow.
Fuck yeah. Before we fucking finish up here, because we're starting to get to that point, man. Fucking an hour, just
Are
like
we?
that. Yeah, we sometimes we do longer, but next month, once I get my schedule back on track, we can fucking figure it out to do a longer one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got through everything I wanted to talk about. I did want to mention I listened to the new Wale album.
Oh,
Do you
nice.
like Wale?
I've only ever heard him as a feature on.
It's got good shit. His new album's dope. I forget what it's called, but it just came out today.
That's
Oh
what I
wow,
heard.
that's crazy. That's what it's called.
I heard him on that Waka Flocka song, No Hands.
Mm.
But that's the only thing I've ever heard him on.
I told you that fucking Earth Gang show sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the tickets for myself and my wife, but we had to get them from StubHub, so they're just double the price.
Oh, shit.
Fucked. Yeah, so it went from 30 to 60. So
Still, I mean, if it's worth it, it's worth it.
yeah, so But do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up, man? Fucking.
In local news, a
these are always fun.
man was breaking into homes in Elma, Washington a couple nights ago, armed with an AK-47, stealing or attempting to steal whatever he wanted. I guess I don't know if it was like a robbery motivated or if he was just high as fuck.
How did I not hear about this?
I don't know. Google it when we get off the podcast. But yeah, he broke into like 4 or 5 different homes with an AK.
Were people home?
Some of them were, I think.
Fuck.
And I think the last guy was armed.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And chased him out of there.
Uh-huh.
And then the cops finally got him. But because of that, well, not entirely because of that. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but that kind of pushed me towards going to the gun store yesterday and buying a Glock 19.
Oh.
So went out and bought myself
I
a
gotta
pistol.
get a gun. I don't have any guns.
Stay strapped to get clapped. But now I gotta wait on my fucking. I say I bought a Glock 19. I put a down payment on it.
But you have guns, right?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got a 12 gauge shotgun and an AR-15.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. You know,
active.
I
We
like.
shouldn't be calling you active then.
Just like fuck, we keep calling him active. One day he's gonna do it.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck, that's me now. Like
my identity.
Like the fucking Joker.
No,
Dude, you got to go see Joker so we can talk about that.
no. Everybody
We're gonna
tells me it's
spoil the fuck
really
out of
fucking
it.
good.
Yeah, I want to spoil the fuck out of it. So watch
Yeah.
it so we can talk about it. It was good. Yeah, fucking. I didn't hear about that at all. I can't believe I haven't heard it. So he just was. Did he get anything? He went to multiple houses. Was this multiple nights or just one night?
One night. I've only heard it from like secondhand sources, so I don't know all the details of it. But yeah, he was breaking into multiple houses with an AK, and fucking, I don't know if he's trying to rob or he's just fucked up. I don't know. But either way, somebody comes into my home with an AK-47. I mean, they may not make it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I would not have to pull the trigger and they would just leave. But
Well, no, I mean, I feel like as soon as you come in with an AK-47, you're getting blasted.
yeah.
Like if I've got a gun and you're coming in with a gun, that's why I have my gun. 'Cause
Right.
You're gonna get fucked up. Yeah, I need to get a gun. I don't have one. I'm not like against guns. I do think that they need to fucking be like everybody thinks that you should just be able to have a gun. That whole fucking entitlement thing that we have in this country, where it's like I'm entitled to this gun because it's my God-given right.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people you probably shouldn't have a fucking gun, buddy. But like if you're like I need it to protect myself and like I have a legitimate threat, I get it. If you live in a farm, rural area, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, there's got to be some shit. But we'll get into that on another fucking day.
That's a whole debate I could have with you because I have some opposing opinions to that. So
Choice Nugs only debate up soon. I'm not one of those people who's gonna like fucking get all huff and puff about it.
No,
Like,
same me. It doesn't need to be a heated fucking argument. I think there's way too much of that anymore.
I'm not anti-gun. I think people should have guns. I think you should be able to have your own gun.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be some type of fucking something's got to be fucking. But I don't know.
Well, we'll
figure
save
it out.
that for next episode. We can talk about some 2A shit.
We'll take a
Second
break
Amendment
from
shit.
we'll take a break from talking about sticking stuff up people's asses and fucking and
Talk about a real
coming tummies.
Talk about a real fucking
Get the
topic.
hardcore hard hitting issues. But well, this week has been fun, man. Fucking hit us up on IG, Instagram, fucking
check.
Choice Nugs only.
Yeah, if you made it this far, if you continually make it this far into these episodes, you might as well follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, check out the website.
It's just ittybittypodcast.com for the
Right.
website. And then the show streams everywhere. It's on YouTube. And then we have the Hotbox hotline, which...
Read them that number, Perry. Read them that number.
So if you want to be mentioned on the show or featured on the show, as our first aggressive caller was...
You've got some big shoes to fill, but you are more than welcome to call the Hotbox hotline.
I almost gave you the Honda roadside assistance number. It's the Hotbox hotline is going to be 702-907-TOKE. That's 702-907-TOKE. Toke is 8653 if you're too fucking stupid to look at your phone and figure out how to do that.
Can they text that number as well?
No, it's just a voicemail.
Okay,
I
I got you.
You might be able to. I don't know. You can try, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. And if I don't get it, it's on you. I think it's better if we have the voicemail because we can play them.
Right.
So now that we know that we can play them, no problems. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I think that audio came up pretty good from that. But anyway, yeah, call the Hotbox Hotline. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook. Check out the website, ittybittypodcast.com. And we'll be back again next week for episode 14.
Yeah. And I'm going to stick my dick in it. Wait, what? Bye.
Later.